it's not going to be probably as one-sided. Rob, and I'll let you go. You've been able to carry the desk, so bon voyage. See you later. Goodbye. And we move into this game, and obviously it was posed before whether or not Lunavis will start on the defense, and at the very least for them, guys, defense is where they do begin. At least on Clubhouse, that's always nice. I don't know if it's going to make too much of a difference. If anything, it just might make this look a little bit more worse if BlossoM do really dominate on the attack. Thermite to get banned out by Lunavis to begin.
Yeah, so a Thermite ban in 2023. I'll give it a week, you'll see that. Yana as well. So two impactful fraggers off the board, and at least one hard breach now nullified, so expect quite a bit of play on the ace probably to make up for that. Secondary hard breach as well will be even more valuable. Fenrir will not see play as well, and the impact that those mines are having at the moment in gaining information, shutting down lurks, shutting down pushes deep into rounds as well, cannot be understated. The final defensive ban, I presume, will be Inazami, Valk, or Solus. If I had to hedge my bets on one, it would be the Azami. And there we go. 1 point to Gryffindor. You know, I've never actually watched Harry Potter properly. I think I watched the first movie, and this may be a controversial opinion, but I did not really like it. Apparently it's not one of the good ones though, so maybe I need to push through.
Put it this way, Guz. What age were you when you watched that first movie?
Like a year or two ago, so 21 maybe.
So yeah, it wasn't really made for you, was it?
I feel like there's plenty of Harry Potter fans in the early 20s though, isn't there?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, I'm talking about that particular movie. That film came out in 2001. I was 8. I remember that film. And as an 8-year-old, you just are like, wow. I could go back and watch it now. Not only is it quite dated, but it's also very boring.
It is. It's a boring movie. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think it's one of those kind of series that you probably just have to stick with it. And I'm not a big Harry Potter lore fan or anything by any means. In fact, not even remotely close. But most likely, it's like each one probably gets better.
Does that mean that each map in this series is going to get better as well?
No.
So
that
this
could get worse.
This is the anti-Harry Potter trilogy. This is the Star Wars trilogy.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Depends on who you're looking at from their perspective. So, Lunavis on the defense to begin, and I guess for their sake, look, I think 7-3 was actually a pretty apt scoreline back on Oregon. There was a couple of rounds that, Lunavis won that they really earned them, and to be fair, the third one was really more a throw by BlossoM than won by Lunavis. So, I think defensively here in Clubhouse, if they can get at least 2 rounds, I think that'd be good. But I don't think there's anything to suggest they can't get the sort of normal 3-4 rounds defensively here on Clubhouse, and then they might struggle on the attack. I mean, Kira Mickey getting poked here from the CC window as he looks to be aggressive over towards the balcony. That's a clean headshot, though, on to R9LS. And you're probably sitting there now dead wondering, why did I even shoot him? Oh, that's free. Why is he below rafters in garage?
Your guess is as good as mine. We're inside of Hash here for the extension, and I think BlossoM will be looking to clear that in a moment. Live drone attempt. Accident probably doesn't need the drone though. Wins the fight anyway.
Oh my,
and the second.
Wow. Oh, go on, son! Go on! There was no accident in that play. He meant everything. And that was a speed run round to start Clubhouse, and a statement from BlossoM that they are certainly not messing around here on for what should be the last map of this series. What site was that? I actually didn't even look, to be honest.
Bedroom. Cache extension. I certainly don't think it was bar. I'm certain it wasn't bar.
Well, they're going basement now.
Oh yeah, I would hope so. I mean, it's plays like that though that are just going to probably make this Clubhouse defense hell on earth, because it's so reliant on holding down key positions. If you think about basement, right, you're probably looking at a push through blue in the late round, and if you have someone like Accident just come in, sweep in, frag out, makes it hard. But that's not the only position. You can't just go about investing all your resources there. You have to be mindful of like a push through dirt late round or even down main can have some progress and some teeth in it as well. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Lunavis. They need to do their best at shutting down key fraggers. I thought it was going to be Kira Mickey in this match, and it may well still be. However, it was accident to get 4 kills
Attacker's
in
objective
that
is to
open round.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
Yeah, and I think probably the pace of that round was the only thing that actually surprised me in terms of the round itself. Or the way that BlossoM positioned and such was probably about as we expect. A little double stack peek from Dog and Asuno. They actually get the opening kill onto accident. The hero from the opening round got that 4K and is now completely shut out of this one. Early logic bomb as well. Asuno stays actually over towards Hello. He's going to get flashed. I think he's going to get aggressed on. Second one was perfect. Avoided the first, but he couldn't avoid the second, and Salt will get the kill onto Asuno. Second logic bomb goes out, but they do lose Notion to R9LS, so this is a very scrappy start to the second round of Clubhouse. Well, for what is the Church Arsenal site, it's a very heavy roam up above from Lunavis.
Yeah, so he might be able to get some value from that, but it's an important balance that he doesn't then allow these other 3 attackers away in towards the site. And then have to play retake. Skeleton Key rains out. And we'll see some posturing over now towards blue. That was Marine, but R9 with a good read to push him back. From this position, it's a Lunavis round.
Can they maintain this advantage, though, deep into the final stages of this round, especially towards the execute portion? That's going to be the most critical part. So BlossoM, I think, very much searching for this kill over towards Rafters, and they find it. 2 from Salt. And a free camera as well that he can hack for the defaults. So 50 seconds, still a bit of time, 3v3. But Marine and Soul low on health. A couple of smokes available on the Twitch, and Marine just being a bit of a nuisance and having some fun. I think that Lunavis, especially on Church Arsenal, in a 3v3, the other 2 are low for BlossoM. Yeah, they're well set here to take this round, I think. Here and Mickey watches from bot main, flashes to go out. Still a bit of time, to be fair, as they do push here, play a Moto. Oh, how does he win that? Thought that elbow was sticking out like a sore thumb, and thought Marine would win it. In the end, though, the low health for BlossoM certainly not really helping them out.
10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds in a 1v2 for Marine, picks up the diffuser, player back of Arsenal. Didn't spot that head, and yeah, no time.
Operator, you are out of time.
Baits the free kill. So 1-1. Not bad from Lunavis, but Church Arsenal, the site where even they should be getting some round wins.
Yeah, so a decent little response there from Lunavis and showing that, at least on some particular sites in isolation, it was basement attack on Oregon, and now here again, basement on Clubhouse. They actually can find a little bit of success, and they're not being completely overwhelmed, which is good to see. Last round was good, they had the advantage, they played into that well. They had the roam still up as well, running
Attackers need to locate and
additional
defuse as
pressure.
many bombs as they can.
Just overall, they're well played by BlossoM. But Lunavis clearly better in that instance, especially with that advantage that they could lean into. So over back to bedroom then for the 3rd round. And last time it was accident on the extension that was able to really unlock things. I don't think they're necessarily going to be relying on that crutch once more here, BlossoM, but Cash is probably going to be a focal point for them. We did see the defense employ Mirror on this left wall. Cash facing CC last time. This time, no Mirror in play. It will be fully reinforced off Pulse and Maestro, though, so a double info combo from the defense, which is somewhat rare at the moment.
Heartbeat sensor activated for the pulse of dog. No kills from him yet this game. Had a very good performance back on Oregon for Lunavis. And, well, speaking of him, he actually gets the kill with a nitrocell onto Accident, who 2 rounds in a row has been taken down at the very beginning of the round after that. An amazing 4K in the opening round. He's had no real say since. And Asuno gets the kill onto Notion, who, once again, also has really struggled here on Clubhouse. Really strong start to the round for Lunavis. Marine, well, he's good for 2. Very strong, just outside of Jim. Brings it back to a 3 versus 3. And Kira Mickey, through the breach of candles, also gets involved. Marine finds another one. 3 in the round with the Dockerby and Asuno. He's the last alive. In a 1 versus 3, BlossoM just very quickly have been able to change the shape of this round. After a 2-kill start for Lunavis, BlossoM bring it back and they take their 2nd round.
Yeah, again, they're just showing that from an attacking perspective, they have that explosiveness factor to them that some teams can struggle with, irrespective of how good or bad their opponent is. Where as BlossoM on that side, they're comfortable to find these opportunities and really capitalize and commit to something. And it's that commitment level from the attack that sometimes is lacking in various different regions, but it's something that's so critical, especially in this meta. Get rewarded if you find an opening and you go for it, you commit, you overload positions. Then needs to be supplemented with good mechanics, but BlossoM have those big fraggers to step up in those particular moments, and they're flexing those muscles at the moment. So we'll now go over towards Cash and CCTV. The first time we'll see it appear here for Lunavis. Clearly not content that their bedroom is going to hold up any longer, and with basement being one in the round prior, that is still locked.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to go.
So 2-1 lead for BlossoM, and already now in a very good position early on in this first half to close out this series. I know it's early days, but you know, clearly very different teams here, and 2 attacking rounds early on Clubhouse is always a good sign. Maverick to open up this candle's wall. R9 can chick all he likes, but that blowtorch is going to be more than fine. We'll open up this wall and sightlines for Accident. We've also got Notion on the ace as well, if required, and Accident will now play off. Footholds opened up. Hi, Kira Mickey goes towards the top of the wall now.
Certainly one of the slower Maverick tricks I've seen in a little while, but it's a bit of a lost art. Kirimiki is being cautious, so somewhat understandable. Eventually now opened up, an Accident now with the launcher can open up an entry point in towards the objective. In the meanwhile, Soul, I believe it was, did get at least 1 kill. R9 down, that's the Valkyrie. Hopefully at least those cameras have already been dispersed, so information will still be readily available, and he's sitting on that now. Soul on the cap tower will clear at least 1 magnet. Didn't see the second though. Dog actually gets aggressive, drops down, but
wow.
Soul reads into it. That's a clean kill.
Yeah, that is very good. I thought Dog actually was going to win that fight. He almost did when you kind of look at the health assault. He holds on, they clear rafters. Ping on his location, but yeah, very difficult to attack him. So Notion gets caught, traded immediately by Accident. The outside of the breach, still in control of that diffuser and can pick it up pretty comfortably. Gas canister thrown out by Ezzo, and it's R9 LS who also gets involved again on the Kaid. Very low on health is this Kaid, but he still tries to maintain a position over towards CCTV. Final gas babe thrown out from Ezzo, and R9 does get caught by Accident. Simple body shot was all that was required. Straight through the breach. Gets zapped along the way, and Ezzo with his SMG-11 finish off Accident. Now on 1 versus 2, and smoked off. Immediately bolts in towards Cash. Double red ping for information on both. The flashes are coming through, but doesn't matter. The shots do the job. 3-1 lead now for BlossoM.
Yeah, so BlossoM just continuing to establish their dominance on this map. And again, it's that explosive factor that is serving them really well. I think credit has to go out there to the effort from Dog to have the confidence to jump down from garage rafters to try and find that pick and do his very best to hold on to that key control. Perhaps a little bit unfortunate to not win that fight out. If I was in Soul's shoes in that position, I would probably not have been expecting the vault. But nonetheless, he reacted accordingly and perhaps was prepared for that. Gets rewarded, going 5-1 so far in this game, and it's, yeah. And there's key fraggers alongside him. Accident, Marine as well, posting numbers. Basically, we go for the 5th round in this match.
Bomb located by attacker.
And we'll see if Lunavis can at least mount one more in this half.
Ten seconds left before insertion.
So, kind of feels as if now for Lunavis, it's
5 seconds.
not really more you can probably do to slow down BlossoM. The map that is their pick, that they've already won 3 attacking rounds, that they're already in a very commanding position. Even if Lunavis find a way to win the next 2 rounds, it's still kind of job done for BlossoM. I don't think BlossoM are going to just sort of let off the gas pedal either the rest of this half. So, bit of a entry in from Strip for Mickey, getting live droned through by Marine. And that's a very easy kill onto Asuno. Caught on the vigil, napping in that kitchen hallway. Player pushes up main, looking to find a response, and that was Dog. He immediately falls back though, sensing that he's just outmatched, outgunned. Back to site. Cheeky little angle here from R9, but I think for Lunavis, this is going to be quite a difficult task now. Down a player against BlossoM. Very early in the round as well. To lose that vigil, you lose any semblance of win condition from the roam. And now it's just going to be 4 on site, basically waiting for the inevitable push.
Secret being held though. It's R9 on the off angle to find that kill. And that's a pretty key one, especially onto the Ying, who understandably is an important operator in the late round for flushing out positions and players and causing a bit of chaos in space. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Kirimiki will look to get to work on the Moto hatch. Ayid is available, so that does force the hand of Maverick. Jackson does eventually find a delayed trade though there onto R9. Once again, the advantage back in the hands of BlossoM. Marine looking to vert out Armory, position which is still being held by the defense, so Marine does need to be a little bit cautious, but the pressure that he's been able to apply will help Accident here. Spots one in towards Armory, now mindful of the swing, this locked position. Ezzo, with a minute to go, BlossoM are in a good spot.
Flashes to go out. Dog already taking some unintentional chip damage with Kirimiki putting an end to him. At this point, the flashes are just more for a little bit of fun. Ezzo just getting completely surrounded towards blue. It's a 4-1 lead. And this is turning into a bit of a beatdown.
An expected one though. And this is good from BlossoM. This is exactly what they needed to show us today, that they have the ability to be, you know, dominant and decisive. Attacking Clubhouse can sometimes be a little bit tricky, especially against a more of an unknown quantity such as Lunavis. And I mean, we've seen a couple of isolated picks here and there where BlossoM are getting caught off guard by what may be described as random plays, but overall they're just too well-rounded. And there's only so much you can cheese on this map, unfortunately, for Lunavis, and that is being exposed in this one. So final round of the half, and I think Lunavis are probably going to throw caution to the wind on this one. Mozzie in play, a lot of key frag operators as well, so we may see something very, very aggressive offside.
Yeah, I think at this point you probably just need to have some fun with it. You're not going to be expected to win many, if any, more rounds in your last chance qualifiers run for
5
Lunavis, so
seconds to insertion.
soak it up. Enjoy the last couple of rounds against a pretty decent BlossoM team.
Attackers are moving out to locate a
I would
bomb
just,
and
at this
defuse
point, look to just try and take some gunfights. I wouldn't be too worried about just sitting and holding angles and playing in a very, sort of boring stock standard way. At this point, you're 4-1 down. I mean, if the game ends up kind of converting into very conventional stock standard clubhouse, BlossoM will win 99 out of 100, probably 100 out of 100 to be completely honest. And yeah, accident with an early kill into R9. And even though you're probably going to lose these battles, I still think it's the way to play. Just have some fun with it. See if you can hit some shots like that from Ezzo on the Mozzie. Laroni's still quite strong, finds the head of Soul. That's rid of the Ying. There is another player towards that lounge position as well, towards Secret. And I think BlossoM are pretty much happy to play into this. They'll have some fun with it too. 4-4 at the moment. Lunavis not wanting to just sit on site this round.
That's probably the right approach to take. Do their best to try and isolate some picks. Oh, Mickey probably a little bit lucky to get away with that. Again, aggression through Secret here from Lunavis. Suno's outside that position over towards Lounge. Mickey has that location cut off, seemingly where. Accident 1, R9 for a trade. Unfortunately though, accident doubles down, so a 2 versus 3. That DMR from the Docker doing a lot of damage. Docker forced out main. R9 as well. He gets caught in the backside. That is Mickey. The DMR meta here from BlossoM. Definitely providing some value.
They thought they were safe running back down main towards site, but Mickey already in there and waiting for their return. And a 5-1 half, an attacking half from BlossoM is an absolute statement. They'll have more of a challenge tomorrow, of course, guys. Continue on into the semi-final. They'll be taking on Beyond Stratus Gaming. That will not be as much of a rout. That will not be an easy game.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
One thing they can't take from this match, though, is sort of inflated sense of ability. They have to understand it's an amateur v Pro League match. They have to understand this was always going to be this way, and you can take some positives and you can take the confidence that you've played well, you've gotten some kills, you've been able to run around the server and have some fun, but it's going to be a whole different ball game against BSG. And BSG is probably not even top 2 of teams remaining. That's arguably down to La Vega and Talon, who have to play each other in the other semi-final. So, yeah, BlossoM's definitely got some work to still do.
5 seconds left.
Winning against Lunavis is not going to be enough to go to the major, but it might be a step in their journey. If they can take down BSG, anything can happen in the grand final.
Yeah. I'm excited for BlossoM. I think they have great players. I think for me, it's also been their consistency has lacked. And that's not just on a game-to-game basis, it's more so just round to round. And it is because they play a very risky brand of Siege. So I don't know, maybe it could hold up in a best of 3 if they're able to apply the pressure onto their opponents. Still fear for them. Reloading! Depending on how the bracket does shape up. Completely ruled them out at this point, and today has been showing from them. They've done exactly what they've needed to do. A few rounds away now from closing out this match. Pretty intriguing lineup being brought here. No dedicated hard breach. Instead, reliant on the Fuse and the Buck double secondary hard breach. Fuse as well, also in play for Lunavis. BlossoM meanwhile, and Mickey in particular, continues to have a bit of a troll. He's locked himself inside of dirt on the calf.
I think at any point you can get picked out of the server. The logic bomb, the last one of those utilized by R9 and number 2. Lots of pings going out here, and Soul to play off of this first one. Easy headshot onto Dog. 1 and 7 for him. Dog's well and truly been put down in this match. It was as high as the roof back on Oregon, but hasn't been able
Attackers bomb
really make
diffuser
an
has
impact
been
here
dropped.
on Clubhouse. Of course, though, not really many from his team have been able to. Mickey has locked himself inside of dirt. Will need to probably make his way out of dirt soon to have an impact, because if he stays in there, it's a 2v4 as things were to actually stand.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Still have towards strip area for Salt. Accident, I guess, would theoretically be the only one that's in play on site, unless Mickey has made his way out of dirt. He's over towards Blue. He's got a bit of information. Mickey
Drop the
will
bomb.
play the long game, though, and there is a down onto pair number 2. Same with Ezzo. Big work being done. Mickey does get involved on the cab. The long-range shots with the pistol are strong, and R9 loses the vert battle. Suno in towards Blue. Up close, wins that against Accident. Does he even know where Mickey is located? He's looking at so many different angles. But it is the diffuser at bot main being watched by Sol, and BlossoM go up 6-1. And we've got one more round to go on this map in this series for today.
Yeah, it's just one of those games where, unfortunately, it is a mismatch, but such is the nature of the 2023 format with open qualifier portions towards the major. I think it's going to take probably several years before we see, an increase in the competitive nature of these games, but that's probably the longer-term vision of this particular format, and I think it is good that teams have an opportunity to fight for
Attackers
major
need to
spots,
locate
but
and defuse bombs.
unfortunately, just due to the nature of how big the skill gap is in Siege, we can see that those discrepancies can arise in matches like this. BlossoM 6-1 lead. Next round likely to be theirs over towards Kids bedroom gym for this particular round. Castle is in play, so expect those to be utilised on balcony to provide some protection on the players on
Located by
site,
attackers.
whom I suspect are going to look to be quite aggressive here on defense and in the face of this entry.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Deploying shield.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Newly barricaded.
And unfortunately, not quite as competitive on Clubhouse as they were, I guess, on Oregon. But even still, if you kind of look at the scoreboard on Oregon 7-3, one of those 3 was the throw by BlossoM, our throw. The other 2 rounds, and probably the only 2 rounds that we've seen in the series that Lunavis actually looked like the better team, those 2 laundry supply attacks. Outside of that, BlossoM have been incredibly in control, as we anticipated
Setting up a sequential
in the pre-show. And this is turning into one of the quicker best of 3s that we've really ever seen. Mickey running around, hides inside a gym. Jacuzzi wall to get opened up. Drone gets through. He was unable to stop that.
Drone out.
Pushes closer towards that balcony window. I'm assuming there's going to be probably a couple of jump outs, a couple of peeks and swings. An accident catches R9, absolutely slacking towards that jacuzzi breach. Suno does get a kill on to Mickey though, who was probably over aggressive towards that gym area. As BlossoM have been in total control, this one is a little bit more even. 3-3 now in this particular round, and a chance now for Lunavis to maybe find a second round here on Clubhouse. Logic Bomb goes out from R9 fan number 2. Sol towards Allo. Marine spots ahead. Didn't take the shots initially. On to Asuno out in the balcony outside the CC window. Barricaded inside a con is the other window, and Marine goes again. Hello? He just shot at you before. He's not exactly going to just run away. He never peeked that again. Got to be careful. And then the barricade gets opened up, and that's an easy double for Marine. Sums up this series. Sums up this matchup. Out of their element is Lunavis, unfortunately. But for BlossoM, well, resilience is like a tiny flower, and it just goes stronger and stronger throughout the years until spring, when it really blossoms.
Well, I don't think BlossoM's resilience got tested all that much in that match, Jake, but it will be later on in this bracket. I can certainly agree with that sentiment. 7-1 victory, and that will cap off the series in a 2-0 fashion. BlossoM booking themselves a date with BSG in the semi-final.